I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today we're going to explore a book that challenges the very foundations of what many of us have come to accept as truth. The Climate Caper: Facts and Fallacies of Global Warming by Garth W. Paltridge. This book is a breath of fresh air in a world where discussions about climate change often feel more like religious debates than scientific inquiries. So, grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's embark on this enlightening journey together. Now, when it comes to books on global warming, you might expect the usual dense, jargon-filled tomes that leave you more confused than informed. But The Climate Caper is different. It's a compact, accessible, and, dare I say, enjoyable read. Viscount Monckton of Brenchley, in his foreword, compares it to the works of the scholar-poet Callimachus, who believed that big books were bad books. And in this case, he might just be right. Paltridge, a distinguished scientist with over 40 years of experience, takes us on a journey through the physics, economics, sociology, philosophy, and even theology of global warming. His approach is refreshingly impartial, a rarity in a field often dominated by passionate advocates on both sides. He doesn't just present facts, he invites us to question, to think critically, and to consider the broader implications of the climate change narrative. Let's talk about the science. Paltridge doesn't deny that adding greenhouse gases to the atmosphere will cause some warming. That's a given. But he does question the extent of the warming and its impact on humanity. He points out that the so-called consensus on climate change is often misunderstood. While there's agreement that carbon dioxide, or CO2, causes warming, there's no consensus on whether that warming will be significant or dangerous. He cites a study by Klaus Martin Schulte, who analyzed 539 papers on global climate change and found no evidence of catastrophic human impact. This is a crucial point. The fear of impending disaster, while compelling, isn't backed by the majority of scientific evidence. Paltridge also delves into the role of water vapor, a potent greenhouse gas. He highlights that the positive feedback from water vapor, which is assumed in many models, isn't consistently supported by observational data. In fact, some measurements suggest a negative feedback, which would mitigate the warming effect of CO2. But the real heart of Paltridge's book is his exploration of how climate science has become so politicized. He argues that the global warming theory has taken on the worst attributes of a religion, with its own dogmas and heretics. Scientists who dare to question the consensus are often labeled climate change deniers and face severe backlash. He uses the analogy of the IPCC as a lobby mechanism, pushing a particular view of climate change. This is a powerful critique. The IPCC, while influential, is not a purely scientific body. It's a political entity, and its reports are shaped by more than just scientific evidence. Paltridge also draws attention to the erosion of academic freedom. The scientific method, with its emphasis on skepticism and open inquiry, is being replaced by a blind faith in consensus. This is a dangerous trend, as it stifles innovation and progress. Paltridge's book is not just for scientists, it's for everyone. He emphasizes the importance of public discourse and the role of politicians in shaping our response to climate change. He quotes former U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower's farewell speech, warning against the power of a scientific technological elite. This is a timely reminder that scientific advice should inform policy, not dictate it. He also criticizes the way climate change is often presented as an apocalyptic scenario, using logical fallacies to sway public opinion. For instance, the argument that Hurricane Katrina did a lot of damage, so global warming is real, is a classic example of the fallacy of converse accident. So, where does this leave us? Paltridge's book challenges us to rethink our approach to climate science. He calls for a return to rigorous, unbiased research and a more nuanced understanding of the uncertainties involved. He believes that the current focus on catastrophic scenarios is not only unscientific, but also counterproductive. He suggests that we should be open to a wider range of possibilities and consider the economic and social implications of our actions. After all, the goal is not just to prevent climate change, but to ensure a sustainable and prosperous future for all. In conclusion, The Climate Caper is a thought-provoking book that encourages us to question the prevailing narrative on global warming. It's a call for a more balanced, evidence-based approach to climate science. As we navigate the complexities of this issue, we must remember that science is not about consensus. It's about discovery and understanding. Thank you for joining me on this episode of BrightLearn. I hope it has inspired you to think critically and engage in meaningful discussions about the future of our planet. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.
This has been a BrightLearn video from BrightLearn.ai on the book The Climate Caper, Facts and Fallacies of Global Warming by Garth Paltridge. Visit BrightLearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.